Hey everybody, Dr. Wickline here. I am here to talk today if you're in a class with me where you have an online celebration of learning, or what other people call exams. One of the important things after you've figured out how to scan your environment so that I know that you don't have any tech in that area, is how to prepare your notes for celebrations of learning. So in my courses, you are allowed, and I'm going to show you one from my personality class as an example, to have a notebook open during the celebration of learning, but it's got to be something that you prepare. And I wanted to give you some ideas of how to prepare or study for these celebration of learning so that you can do your best going into it. So I'm going to back up 1 second there. If we went to content, and module 0, getting started in the online learning platform, there will be a tab that says tasks for successful online learning. And within that, a link that gives you some ideas about how to prepare for the celebrations of learning. So this will include things like spend time studying, buy and read the book if there's one assigned for the class, or if there are things built into Folio, make sure you're reading those resources. And take notes. So again, for me on the celebration of learning, you can have a notebook like this. I think it's fuzzy. Where'd it go? Yeah, you can make your own notebook. Whether you handwrite or print things to put in that binder or notebook, but you can't have stuff saved on your computer. You can't have the textbook open on your computer, any other tech devices. So you'd want to prepare that notebook while you're reading and studying, while you're reading the chapters, the lectures, watching the videos, the resources available for class. And then you would, if you're going to take notes, you need to make sure, again, that they're in your own notebook or binder, to print them out so that you don't have any other tech devices open during that celebration of learning or exam. So there's some tips in this area about how to take notes, paying attention to key items, study so that you know the information, not that you're going to just hope to find every single thing in your notebook to answer on the test. It's more of a guide, not a crutch, right? And there are some suggestions here for different ways to study: making lists, making outlines, making concept maps. Here's an example of a concept map where you can use something like a Venn diagram or other kinds of diagrams to kind of indicate how things go together. You could use colors and shapes and different highlighting to sort of pull things together. So that link about concept maps will get you to a more visual way to study stuff. And you can also do note cards, which again, if you wanted to have these things out during the exam, they would have to be on paper. But while you're practicing, you could use something like Quizlet to help you pull out those key concepts from lectures and readings and build a storehouse of things to study from. So in here are also some other ways to study, right? Some ideas about making sure you're reading the textbook in PowerPoints, adding to a study guide for the class that y'all create. I've already made resources, assigned the textbook, the readings, the lectures, etc. So my idea is that study guides are students' responsibility, but I will often start a Google Doc where y'all can put things in together to help you study. I highly encourage that, or a study group if you've got friends, or make connections in class through GroupMe or Discord or other things where you can kind of pool resources and study together. That's fine. And then if your class has quizzes, drop-in review, study group, lots of other helpful study strategies here for how to prepare once you've got your notebook ready. So I hope that you'll go to Module 0 in your respective class and find this and follow some of the other links about the importance of minimizing distractions, spacing out your study time, taking breaks, right? We can't cram and jam all the time and remember everything. Our bodies need breaks to process. So study for a while, take a little break, study for a while, take a little break, study different things, use a body double. There's another resource from one of my colleagues, Regan Garang, on how to study like a champ, has some quick tips. He has a whole book. There's some other websites. So I hope you'll use these resources again for your class, even if you're not in personality. This is just an example. We'll be in Module 0. There'll be a paper page about tasks for successful online learning. And I really wanted to bring this to your attention at least a week or so before our first celebration of learning, so you're working on that notebook of stuff you can have out while that celebration is going on, so that you are maximizing what you have ready. Take time for yourself to process the information too. Again, the notebook is designed to be your help, not your brain. So it's not where you're putting all your information, it's helping you refresh on the information that you've stored away in there. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I look forward with you to seeing how it goes. Bye, y'all.